We would also like to thank Iconotivu for the beautiful images that we are showing during our exercises. And now we start the program Charles Bauer's Animation Masterpieces, introduced by Flavio Gregori.
Thank you for nominating me into a deco. Okay, this is the second. Well, first of all, I would like to thank Beth and all the organizers of this festival for allowing me to present the second part of Charles Bauer's selection. Charles Bauer is a very important and at the same time forgotten filmmaker. He's actually a genius who made more than 300 films between slapsticks and animation movies, out of which only 15 actually did survive for several reasons. Actually, he was quite famous in his times, especially after he started working for the cartoonist Bud Fischer, who's very famous at the time, Martin Jeff, he made into animation films. Martin Jeff, by the way, was so famous as the most famous cartoons of these days, so he actually entered the mainstream animation enterprises. After making, as I said, a lot of films, all of which short or semi-short, he went out of the scene soon after the Second World War. He actually died in 1946. He was born in 1989, or some say 1987. It's not very clear. Never mind. He died in 1946, and he totally disappeared from the scene. He was literally rediscovered by a Frenchman whose name was Raymond Bourg, who was the co-founder and director of the Toulouse Cinematheque. And in the archives of the Cinematheque, Bourg, who was a friend of André Breton and the famous surrealist of the 30s and 40s, found a few reels which he then tried to save from the demise. Now we have about 15 or 16 films by Bauers, so very little remains of him, but I hope critics or scholars will at some point find a few more in some archives somewhere. The reason why he was rediscovered in France, apart from Breton, whom we'll go back in a few seconds, is the fact that in France he was famous with the nickname of Colo. That was not his nickname in the States, in Great Britain, but in France he was famous with Bricolo. And Bricolo was his nickname because most of his films, most of his slapsticks, show very unreal or surreal stories of animals, plants, mechanisms which transform themselves into something else in a very weird and at the same time quasi-realistic way. Eggs becoming cars, that's one of his most famous films. And you see a little of that in the selection we've made for today. So he was literally a bricoleur with his movies. Last year we actually showed 3 films of his about this ability, his ability as a bricoleur. We selected different films this year. We wanted to pay homage to his animation abilities. As I said before, he had been working for Bud Fischer from 1916 to 1924 or 25. And in the meantime, he produced also a few animation films of his own, one of which AWOL, Away Without License, of 1918, shown as animation film today, and also Extra Quick Lunch of 1917. If you're familiar with Bud Fisher and Martin Jeff, you'll see in the latter of the two, Extra Quick Lunch, that his characters are actually more or less the same as Bud Fisher's animations. The other two films which I'm going to present today are Say Aha, which is a film which has survived only in part, and you will see the signs of time on it. We have the second half of it, or the second 2/3 of it, and the surviving copy is damaged, as you will see. And there it is, which is a very important, at the same time uncommon film, very witty, and you'll see why. Very witty in the Freudian sense of the term. It's not animation, it's a slapstick, but with animation elements in it, is made through the juxtaposition of incongruous aspects. And it plays on puns, it plays with words. One of which you will see from the beginning, I don't think it will be a spoiler if I tell you, which is Scotland Yard. As you know, the meaning of Scotland Yard is now with the British police. But actually, a yard is a yard. It's a place where it's a pet. It's a place where you have cows or animals. And Scotland comes to Scotland. And you see why that is a part, becomes a charming part. By the way, and I'm going to stop with this, I would like to thank Davide Giuliano for the subtitles, which having all those ones were very, very hard to translate. I don't know whether you wanted the Italian very short version of this. I hope you don't, but if you do, tell me, and we'll be very, very fast. No, it's not necessary. So, as we Italians say, buona visione, and